We have just wrapped up in Lexington, Kentucky. It's the American Rodeo Contender Tournament. It's the East Regionals, and we had a lot of excitement and celebration, but also some disappointment. But you know what? That's the road to the American. Good evening. I'm Katie Kaufman. Alongside me, Luke Branquino, Jackie Crawford, and Casey Field. And as I mentioned, East Regionals, it didn't disappoint, but I want to say, Casey and Luke especially, this was maybe, I don't know, a little easier for you than the West Regionals.
Honestly, I don't know, Casey. It was kind of fun bouncing back and forth and getting that spot. But, yeah, without having to sweat going down there and then coming back up here for sure.
Well, yeah, and of course, you know, Jackie, you're in the top 5, so you are invited to the American Rodeo. But you've seen a lot of success from this entire rodeo over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I love being able to come in as a contender and watching these girls that I know they're going to be striving for that $1 million. But it's also nice to kind of sit back and know that I got a free roll at it. You know, on the last day, 100,000 is nothing to shake your head at.
Yeah, without question. And Casey and Luke, respectively, we've talked about both of your stories over the last few weeks coming out of retirement for this $1 million opportunity. Casey, this rodeo in particular means a lot to you. How is it coming out of retirement for the chance at the $1 million?
It's amazing. It really is. And the opportunity that's in front of me, 100,000 and possibly more than that, possibly $1 million, that's life-changing money. I've had a lot of luck in Dallas, have a lot of good memories there. And, you know, the competition that's going there now, Richmond champion qualifying from the East contender round, it's going to be fun. It's going to be tough. I gotta buckle up and get home and do some work. That's for sure. Get ready for it.
Well, speaking of Richie Champion, let's take a look at some of the top names of the contenders who will be advancing from the East Regionals. And Jackie and Luke, feel free to chime in. You have Cade Saunier, Richie Champion, Haley Williams, Travis Graves, Sage Newman, Dawson Hay, Jesse Brown, Joel Harris, he put on a show tonight, Riley Joe Merriman, and Garrett Tribble got it done in the bull riding.
You know, I think that right here, you see so many names that can have a good shot when they get here. Haley Williams in the breakaway, she knows how to win. Just coming off that Kimes Ranch $1 million win, she was the highest money earner out there and, you know, had a great NFR. I think that Riley Joe Merriman, she knows how to win at the American. You know, she has some big luck there. Joel Harris, just come off the NFR his rookie year. He's been roping amazing, and he is just, it's like no pressure hits that guy, and so that'll be fun to watch. And, you know, he's already seen his brother take half of my $1 million. He knows how to do it. So.
Well, and speaking of big storylines tonight, coming into the East Regional, we were all on the edge of our seat to watch steer wrestler Tyler Waggasback. He's had a ton of success at the American as well as 5-time world champions. And Luke, he had some tough luck.
Yeah, things didn't go right here for Wags. He had a good chance, broke the barrier, but more so you see him catch steers like this often. Now, that steer was slow enough, head down. That mare baby he was riding was sickling through there really hard, but I promise you one thing, we're liable to see Tyler Waggasback in Tulsa at the Central Regionals, and one thing about him, he's always bets on himself, so look for him to be a big player when we get to Tulsa.
Yeah, and with Tyler, you know, you just can't count him out. You've competed against him day in and day out. And speaking of full competitors and fierce competitors in their own right, how about this family affair with the Williams as well as the Triumphs?
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, me coming out of retirement, I may get to compete with my son, Cade, but to be in this position and rope with your son in such a big venue right here, you know, you see the Williams right there and Gabe, you don't see that happen very often. Jackie just whipped it off that horn, waved it off, and Speed didn't get a throw.
No, absolutely. You know, and it's crazy because you see Gabe have a little heck with that and turn right around, and the veteran Clay Tryon have the exact same trouble with his run with his son. So it just goes to show you, it doesn't matter which end of the play-in you're on, it can happen to anybody.
And, you know, Luke, when you look at those father-son duos, do you think there's added pressure being the dad trying to turn one for your son?
Absolutely. I've got to haze for my son, Cade, and Texas State Finals last year, I was dry heaving before we went into the short round. So there is absolute pressure, you know, and they're all both world champions, but when you're roping with your son, there's no more pressure that you can put on yourself than that right there.
Well, there's another family we all want you to get to know. It's the Reininger twins that were in the breakaway tonight, and you're going to have a lot of fun with these two gals, and you're going to get to know them coming up.
live up to it. Live up to the Oregon Trail, the Bozeman Trail, and that lonesome mountain trail with no name at all. Live up to mending 6 miles of fence. Live up to the scars, bruises, and broken bones. Live up to your family. Live up to yourself. Live up to it all. Resist all. We live it every day.
At Tractor Supply, we understand that out here, no 2 days are the same. Some days start early, others end a little late. Some days you're taking things a step at a time, others you're just stepping away from it all. Some days you're caring for your property, others your family. Either way, you're ready for whatever comes next. At Tractor Supply, we'll help you make the most of life out here, no matter how you live it. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
When we say hello to people, we say it at the same time. And that creeps everybody out. Sometimes we even get the same times when we rope. I think what makes her rope really good is her confidence and her beliefs that she has in her roping and her skills.
Well, both of them are very sweet, humble girls. They are twins, identical, but they are totally different. Kylie, she's more low-key, easygoing. Kelsey is a little more feisty.
I think it'd be so exciting if we could make it to the American Rodeo and compete with all of our role models. If I make it to the American, I'll be so excited.
Well, yeah, we're back here live inside the Alltech Arena in Lexington, and just to hear from the set of twins, the American really does provide that, going up against so many of your heroes and mentors in their own right. And you just heard from the breakaway, of course, Kelsey Domer, they look up to. They also look up to you, Jackie. And, you know, this is what that rodeo provides. We even have competitors who are 11 to 15 years old. And then we have some veterans. Do I dare name the ages here?
Absolutely not. I think we all know by the gray in our, well, my beard.
I got one.
Well, let's just look at the breakaway, and here are the contenders who will be advancing on. Jackie, we have Kelsey Renninger, Haley Williams, Lydia Townsend, Corey Massey, and Ashley Henderson. What do you make of that top five?
Oh, I mean, any one of these girls has a chance. You know, that's the thing about this setup and this format is these girls are here. Kelsey Renninger just showed you that it doesn't bother her. Pressure doesn't bother her. You know, she's getting a feature done on her at 15, and then all of a sudden comes out here and wins the final go-round. And, you know, she didn't back off of anything. And then, again, we talk about Haley Williams. She's been there, done that. She's already got some big wins under her belt, just coming off some big wins. You know, any of these girls, Lydia Townsend, she stepped away a little bit, but she's back on the scene. She knows how to win. And so any one of these girls has a chance against the top five.
Yeah, and when we look to bareback riding, Casey, well, here are your East Regionals you're going to be going head-to-head with in the semifinals. In Globe Life Field, Richmond champion Cade Saunier, Jacob Lees, Anthony Thomas, and Bryce Eck, and that's a pretty good crew.
Heck yeah, these guys are amazing. I love competing against them. Cade Saunier, you know, he's a tremendous athlete outside of the rodeo arena. He carries it over into the bareback riding. His discipline is amazing. Richmond champion, the success that he's already had at the American. Jacob Lees, young kid, went to his first NFR last year. And then Anthony and Bryce, these guys, this is a big opportunity for these guys. This is a big stage for them. They haven't had the lights on them like this before. So I'm excited to see what these guys can show up and do.
Yeah, when we look to another Roughstock event, it's the saddle bronc riding, and really no surprise, Rusty Wright, a Wright brother with the Wright dynasty, came out, you know, in that first place spot. But you also have Sage Newman, your defending American champion. You have Darcy Radell, you have Dawson Hay, as well as Lefty Holman.
Yeah, and you see right there, Darcy Riddell, he's in an elite group of guys right there. So for him to be able to step up and get to that position, to get to the American, that's got to be huge for him, just like you said with those other guys, Case.
Oh, for sure. To show up and compete against just those guys right there is amazing. And then to get to the American with the top five guys, again, there's a lot of pressure there. But he rode here, he showed out, he won. I'm expecting him to do big things when he gets on the big stage with some added pressure and see how he handles it. It's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. And people who handle the pressure well, it's the athletes in the barrel racing. And there were a lot of fast times tonight. Tacey Matthews, Jody Miller, Riley Joe Merriman, Randy Prendall, and Dale Long. He snuck in there with a 15-4 and 74, Jackie.
Yeah, you know, Tacey Matthews, they've talked about her having a lot of success and seeing her come back on that mare after an injury last year, and just talking about what a tremendous athlete she is. I'm excited to see how she's running by the time the American rolls around.
Yeah, and when we look to bull riding, I don't know who called it, but we had a lot of great rides in the bull riding tonight. Last night was a little rough, but here are the 4 who punched their ticket to Globe Life for the semifinals. You have Garrett Tribble, Chase Doherty, Brandon Ballard, and Dustin Bouquet with a 60.5, Luke. And you know what? He held on to it.
He did. You know, he was second guessing himself there towards the end. He's like, oh, is that 60 whatever going to be enough points? And obviously we see him up there, so it was. But a name we didn't see in the West region, and here is Stetson Wright. Now he got through in the West in the saddle bronc riding, but Stetson, he's up at Denver. He's had a lot of success coming back. He will be in Tulsa, so look for Stetson to have an opportunity at that $1 million, not only in the bronc riding but also in the bull riding, which could mean a little trouble for you and I, Case.
Yeah, probably. I'm counting on splitting it with a guy from Utah, and the bees are going to be buzzing.
Oh, here we go again. Be buzzing. Well, you know what? We're going to continue to break down all the action here from Lexington. We've had a lot of fun, and we've got the Central Regionals still upon us. But for now, when we come back, we're going to wrap it up here in Lexington.
At Tractor Supply, we understand that out here, no 2 days are the same. Some days start early, others end a little late. Some days you're taking things a step at a time, others you're just stepping away from it all. Some days you're caring for your property, others your family. Either way, you're ready for whatever comes next. At Tractor Supply, we'll help you make the most of life out here, no matter how you live it. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
Live up to it. Live up to the Oregon Trail, the Bozeman Trail, and that lonesome mountain trail with no name at all. Live up to mending 6 miles of fence. Live up to the scars, bruises, and broken bones. Live up to your family. Live up to yourself. Live up to it all. Resist all. We live it every day.
Well, we are quickly packing up here in Lexington, Kentucky, as we're soon going to be making our way to the Central Regionals, and that'll be the last stop for the American Rodeo Contender Tournament. But for now, we've got to get to our Resist All rank rides tonight, and we're going to get right to that. First with the rank wreck in bull riding.
Yeah, and we see Cody Nance, and JB said this was the bull of the night, the pick to make the whistle and get the win. And you see Cody, he just tried to get ahead of that bull and ride him before that bull made the corner. You see him take a rep.
Yeah, and here's De Souza, Casey.
Yep, this bull around to the left. Same thing, tried to kick loose, tried to get back into the seat. That bull smart, beat him around there.
Yeah, here's Kaylin Biddy.
Yeah, you know, these bulls, they came and they showed out for the most part and just could not make the 8.
No, he didn't. Tough luck for him. And then last, here's Winston Quisenberry.
Yeah, again, smart bull. Kind of overrode him. Dove in there and then...
Yeah, and here's how the American Rodeo TV schedule shapes up. The Central Regional will be February 15th on FS1. Catch us for the Contender Tournament Finals April 11th on FS2. You've got the American Rodeo on FS1, and then the American Rodeo Championship round on Fox April 12th. Don't miss it. Join us February 15th for the American Contender Series Central Regional Finals live from Tulsa, Oklahoma. For Luke Branquino, Jackie Crawford, Casey Field, I'm Katie Kaufman, and we're saying so long here from Lexington, Kentucky.